What's up everyone, Trent here.
Along with Julia.
Welcome back to the channel, and we're checking out the third episode of Loki 1893. And I'm still not over the ending to episode 2 with the pruning of all those branches by Docs. But yeah, and Sylvie's got a thirst for revenge again.
Yep.
She's got a new purpose, but let's check this out.
Let's go.
Chicago. Great set design. Yeah.
Ugh.
This can't be the right place. Where is she?
So she's searching for Miss Minutes? Or on a directive of Miss Minutes?
There she is.
What took you so long?
What am I doing here?
Oh, don't get your britches in a stir. First things first, do you have it? Oh, bless your heart. The important person you were gonna meet? The one at the end of time? He told me that we need to put this package in that window.
That's it?
Yeah.
What do you mean that's it? It was his plan, meant to protect all of time.
Then why didn't he do it?
He's dead.
He's dead, yeah.
What? This was the plan he made when he knew the end was near for him.
So I wonder if this is the restart of the loop.
You don't exactly blend in.
Okay.
This package, that window.
At this exact moment in time, yes.
And what do I get in return?
When he's back where he belongs, atop the TVA, you and I will be right by his side.
Ruling with him. Until he has no further use.
TVA handbook?
It did look like a book.
Yes!
Ooh.
Interesting.
Which still draws into question at what point Ouroboros came into it. If he wrote the handbook.
Time is a circle, not linear.
When time's involved, I always get...
Yeah.
It's stable right now, but the branches that's pruned are growing back. So if we can't get in there and increase the diameter of the loom's intake ring, include that knot of unrefined time.
Wait a second. Simpler.
Dumb it down.
We need to scale the loom's capacity to manage all those new
Yeah,
branches.
fit it all.
Otherwise it will fail, and the TVA will be destroyed. And we're all gonna die.
We can hack into the system.
Really? Oh, that is such a relief.
I'm wondering.
No, can you do it? I had the idea, you do it.
Can we?
No, we're all gonna die still.
What about Miss Minutes? Can she open up access to the loom?
Miss Minutes, what about it?
Conceivably.
And how are we gonna find a little rogue cartoon clock that doesn't want to be found?
I'd say the sooner we find her, the better.
The better.
We know Miss Minutes sent information to Renslayer, and then we never saw her again.
We find Rents there, we find Miss Minutes.
Face to face with the woman who tried to kill us both.
Or maybe she got out of her system. Let's focus on that cartoon clock.
I tried to kill a lot of people once. I got it out of my system.
Okay, we got a hit
Ooh.
on the pin pad going from right
Dapper.
here, Chicago 1868, to the same spot,
Color scheme.
1893.
Why would you go to the same place twice? Any major figure arises from here?
We had the Chicago fire, but that's 1871.
Let's go to 1893. This can't be the same place.
Yes. How could I have forgotten? Chicago World's
World
Fair,
Fair.
1893. The White City, Edison, H.H. Holmes.
Okay, this makes more sense as a destination.
Yes.
You're saying they went to 1868 by mistake and then went 25 years ahead because this is where they wanted to be?
No. I wouldn't describe Renslayer as accident prone. Plus, if she has Miss Minutes there to help her, there's definitely a purpose.
There's a purpose to it.
Them going here earlier, we just got to figure it out. Well, you start by looking. A little good old-fashioned legwork. Clues, breadcrumbs, that sort of thing.
Liberty Bell made a debut on 4th of July. Ghost Clock continues to haunt the Midway.
Ghost clock.
What? Ghost clock?
Let me see that.
Sassy ghost clock.
What do you call that?
Breadcrumb.
I'm so surprised you didn't hit him with the newspaper.
Yeah.
Curiosity.
And also brief detour for refreshments, yes.
Yeah, the Cracker Jack concession stand is a high traffic area. It was necessary and logical to go there.
Sure.
The fact that it's tasty is just a bonus.
An added
You
bonus.
wouldn't know because you haven't tried yours.
Okay. It tastes like ash.
No, it doesn't.
This has to be a joke.
Does it make you a little homesick?
It's completely inaccurate, first of all.
You don't think that
Boulder was there.
It's embarrassing. It's a crass
Boulder the Brave.
generalization.
Is somebody feeling a little left out that they're not up there?
Yeah.
Hey, why'd they include Boulder? No one's even heard of him.
Sure they have. Boulder the Brave. You know, sometimes I forget that you're one. You are one of them. Blows my mind.
Aww.
Thor's not that tall.
A nice moment. Nah, he's not that tall.
Maybe it's look.
Victor Timely.
That can't be a coincidence.
That's how we'll find Renslayer.
I love that he's just me eating all the time.
Yep.
Stay in that bag until I tell you otherwise.
It's a cat. An AI clock cat.
This is it.
I think she's here.
Think?
She does like a good drink. And so do I. There she is. Don't let her see you.
Tom's really tall.
He is. Well, Owen's short. Either or.
Is that balloon?
I think so.
Time is everything. It moves through each and every one of us,
It's like a Hitchcock silhouette.
Yeah.
but perhaps we can shape it.
There it is.
There it is.
It's him. He who remains.
Made him sound like this terrifying figure.
Don't be shocked
He is.
when I tell you that
Yeah, look at Loki's demeanor.
time is the future of energy.
Just what would you know about the future, boy?
Great question, great question. And the answer is more than you think.
Nice little eccentric pause.
Yeah.
Think.
This is one of the variants that he who remains warned me about. It's coming. It's beginning.
Oh, look where we are. I mean, does he really look like he's about to go across time?
Yes. You literally just
He's got
said
he's
it
got the
looked like
loom right there.
loom.
Past, present, and future flows all around us.
Unless he's a con man.
My temporal loop.
I told you.
The temporal decay of the electricity flowing through it, lowering its entropy, and gathering it into fine threads of power, which it then weaves into elegant ropes of voltage. A chaos! A chaos of particles is transformed into
The showman.
Yeah.
order. Single bulb can light the whole of Chicago!
You need a lot more than that to light a whole city.
Don't misunderstand me, sir. I do not want to light a city.
To like the world.
I aim to light the entire planet! call it a dream.
So he's determined.
But if it can be dreamed, it can be achieved. Because all science is fiction until it's fact.
Mad science.
The future, my friend.
We need to bring him back to the TVA.
You out of your mind? You can't trust a variant of he who remains in the TVA.
That's a later problem. We have a very serious now problem. Yes, and his aura is the only thing that can get us access to the loom. And who knows what else he can do?
Fair point.
Who know? Yeah, but then who knows what else he can do?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very eccentric, but very deliberate, emphasizing certain phrases and words.
Hey, step aside.
As I was saying,
Sir?
where can we talk?
That's quite a device you've got there, Timely. But I still have some doubts.
Oh, it's still a prototype, albeit one that many wealthy investors are competing to acquire.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of a partnership. You give me the patent rights, and I'll facilitate production.
No. I don't do partners.
Partnerships.
Excuse me.
Only one may conquer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will be taking all formal bids.
Perhaps $500 would conclude the bidding.
I'll give you 6.
$850.
Step aside, Hornswoggler. I was here first. $1,000. I suggest you take it.
Little underhanded threat there.
Yeah.
I believe we have a deal.
In hand and ready to go.
Pleasure doing business with you.
There's a difference if you don't know how to use it, though.
Clown, you stepped on my foot.
I do apologize. I assure you any physical contact was purely incidental.
You sure your plan is gonna work?
I told you it's not my plan, it's his plan. And quit your worrying. With our help, he'll be all he's meant to become.
How about we settle this outside?
Gently.
Outside. Excellent suggestion. I agree. Come on.
Gently.
Amazing Loki, everyone! He'll be here all week!
Loki the Magnificent.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Mr. Time,
Excuse me?
I would love to tell you about a little business.
It's too late.
I beg your pardon, fellas, but Mr. Timely and I are in the middle of discussing
Renslayer, this is only going to take a minute.
Do you all know each other?
Well,
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I want my money back, Timely. These trousers don't work.
What are you talking about? You look taller to me. I told you, these were a...
You're right, con man.
Con man.
you're a confidence trickster.
Luminary is the word you're looking for.
Of course, forgive me.
My ideas are just ahead of their time.
Why wouldn't they be?
The concepts are bona fide. I just need the crude technology of this era to catch up with my visionary mind.
Do you know, I never doubted it for a second.
Enlightened fellows never do.
Of course.
Your inventions are fake! Timely!
Timely. I love the music.
There he is! Go on!
It's different when you pay off everyone in the fair.
Yep.
There's no escape from this carriage! Folks, stop
He's over there.
A heads up, Casey has had a really weird tempad reading.
Oh, weird, like dangerous? Where?
About 10 feet from where you're standing?
You're clearly really good at getting away. We have that in common. Sylvie! Sylvie, no!
Oh.
Stay out of this.
Just wait for a second.
You've done enough. Get out of my face and let me finish the job.
Oh!
Great. You let Sylvie track you here.
Did it ever occur to you maybe she tracked you here? What's going on?
Because we tracked you here.
Come on, just between.
We don't work together anymore, Mobius. I don't have to tell you anything.
Yeah, and look, we're not working together's got you. You're a fugitive.
When you showed up out of nowhere to ruin my life, you asked me what I would do if one of his variants turned up. And I told you then, I'd kill him.
What is going on?
We need him. Without his help, the TVA will be destroyed.
Good. Let it burn.
Yeah, not the line that you...
Not the line to use with her, no.
You just want to be able to learn to live a life on your branch. I understand that. But if the loom fails and the TVA is destroyed, they won't be alive
all
to go
gone.
back to.
You're the one who sided with a Loki over me. Don't play the teamwork card on me now.
Can I play the you tried to kill me card? Does that get me anywhere? Because the TVA is melting down, and he's the key to fixing the loom. We need your help.
No, Mobius. There is no we. Not anymore.
I'm seeing a lot of scorned women standing up for themselves and
Yes.
going, no.
No.
Ooh.
Stopping that place from being destroyed and fixing it are two very, very different things. And working with one of his variants is not going to get you either.
Well, your machete hasn't solved any problems thus far.
Do you think I want to be here? Do you think I'm going to get any joy out of killing that man?
Then don't.
Where do you think he got that book? If you and the TVA hadn't messed with him, he'd have remained harmless.
But-
Renslayer set him on a path that he wasn't meant for. And now you are waltzing him straight back into the TVA. The thief of all free will. The most dangerous man who ever lived.
Sylvie, I have never met this man in my life. I didn't give him this book. I never heard the name Victor Timely until today. Maybe you're right. Maybe we should throw him off this Ferris wheel. But we need him. The TVA needs him. The lives they protect need him.
Great line from Sylvie, though. The thief of all team will. Free will.
Your home are in danger. And right now, he may be our best hope of saving them.
This is all very familiar, isn't it? I can't let him live.
It is a great parallel, though, to that finale.
Miss Minutes? Yeah. This is your moment.
Boom!
Oh, actually, she's got a little ghost.
Ooh!
This way.
She's got so much joy.
This is on you.
Come on! Absolutely not.
Tandem bike, do it!
This button here controls the temperature through the cushion. Oh, and
A fridge chair.
A refrigerator chair.
So, did you like my performance back there?
Ooh.
it was marvelous. A bit creepy.
Thank you.
I was going for creepy.
I have a name. Miss Minutes.
Excusez-moi, Mademoiselle Minutes.
Minutes.
You are absolutely singular.
Why, thank you. You're pretty singular yourself. At least, you will be.
Ladies, it's high time someone tells me exactly what is going on.
A version of you created an entity called the Time Variance Authority. But two variants of the same Norse god murdered him, which resulted in the creation of new timelines, which would each see the rebirth of countless different versions of you.
It's like the story of myself that I always imagined is true.
Did you hear the murder part? That is why you need me by your side. I'll keep you safe.
I agree with Miss Minutes on that.
Well, even before the TVA, or her, you created me. And we worked together at the end of time. I'm here because I know what a great man you can become.
The artificial intelligence has the hots for it.
I'm just looking to restore stability to the TVA. Our loom, a device not unlike your prototype you had on stage, it's in trouble. And it needs you.
That is not dissimilar to what the wizard gentleman said to me on the Ferris wheel. Oh, why aren't the two of you in cahoots with him and his butler?
They can't be trusted.
Why not?
I tried to kill him.
Loki helped murder your variant.
It's true.
But he was protecting me.
He switches sides. It's a well-documented behavioral trait.
Time to go.
Don't you want to see who it is?
Don't need
Nope,
to.
don't need to.
I'm not going anywhere until I have my latest prototype.
Pack it up. Let's go.
It's at my lab across the lake.
Lake?
You'll love it. It's like the Caribbean of the Midwest.
You don't live here?
No, this is just a Peter Ted. But
It's my
lab
hideout.
is in Wisconsin.
Go.
Lower taxes.
Where are they? He's mine! Rat bags!
Go ahead. I beg your pardon.
Take him! He's all yours!
The music is such an interesting
It is.
choice.
It is an interesting choice.
Nothing. Okay, I'll have B-15 run a trace. This way.
I feel like it's Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
It's Scooby-Doo.
Zoinks!
Zoinks, Miss Minutes.
Oh, jeez, Renslayer.
This is where I keep everything I've ever imagined. All my designs. It's a TVA guidebook. Perhaps you recognize it. It was delivered to me when I was a child, dropped into my life by some divine hand. I've never found out who.
You did it.
You.
Yes, I brought it to you.
You brought it to him the way the postman brings the post. We both know whose plan it was.
Well, whoever it was, I thank you. This book has defined the course of my life.
She's a sassy
I like to
freaking
think
clock.
of it as a correspondence between myself and the visionary author, Ouroboros. This is the most important discovery I've made yet. It's a throughput multiplier. It could help you with your loom.
So it's interesting that he's adding to it.
I just didn't have the technology to make them really work.
So he's a con man, but he's actually incredibly intelligent, just doesn't have the resources and has a specific focus.
As he said, waiting for his time to catch up.
You know, Victor, I'm starting to see the man you'll become.
Appreciate that.
I have high hopes for this partnership.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And he works alone. Send her afloat.
Miss Minutes or him?
You heard her, Victor. Partnership. You had to do it. Bye.
And Renslayer can say that she wanted this all along, but Miss Minutes played her.
Yeah.
At least they were nice enough to give her an all, to give her alls.
And a life raft.
Welcome. I'll just be a minute.
Oh, take your time. Don't worry about me. Look at all your amazing work. I'm so happy to be here. Is that?
This is it. The culmination of my life's work.
You have always been so smart, Victor.
Okay.
I don't trust Miss
I don't
Minutes.
trust Miss Minutes.
Let's go.
Now, what's the rush?
Don't we have to get to the TVA?
It might be smart to lay low for a while. We made quite the ruckus back there. You know, for a moment, I was worried that you wouldn't come with me. That you liked Ravona better than me. Is there a sketch of me in that journal of yours?
Not yet, but I'm sure there will be.
When you first created me, long before the TVA or multiversal war, I was just a simple AI, just something to play chess with. But you knew I could be more for you.
Something more.
So you gave me autonomy to write my own programming. I was allowed to have wants and follow whims and become who I am.
A loyal friend.
More than friends. The war, the TVA, the eons after. I alone was by your side.
Yeah.
But there was one whim you never allowed me. Why didn't you allow me a real body?
Well, that wasn't me.
If I had a body, we could truly lead together. You never even tried, with all your powers and all your abilities.
This has taken an interesting
Kept me as
turn.
your thing, your computer, your toy. Instead of what I could have been, your girl. Victor, what are you doing? Put that down. Don't do this for a team. You need me. I love you.
We saw it happening. I
Yeah.
didn't expect it to actually eventuate.
Things are getting quite strange. It's very dangerous.
It's like a mega pruner.
Yeah.
Clearly, I've made a mistake. Leaving
Was
you behind.
manipulated?
Save it. I was entrusted with this mission by He Who Remains, not his variant. So from now on, I'm the one in charge.
Are we clear?
Are we clear?
Step away from him. We need him.
Move any closer, and he's done.
I mean, is this the free will that you were looking for? Look at me. You have lost your way.
Mobius.
No, I haven't.
You really are unbelievable. After all those years of doing your dirty work, cleaning up your messes, making the hard decisions you never had the nerve to make. After all the times, I put the TVA above myself, even at the cost of my own happiness, my humanity.
Who are you to lecture me about losing my way?
That's a good point.
All lost our way, but someone has to keep
Loki's
the
hands.
big picture here.
You have no idea what it takes to lead, to keep order. Did you happen to notice? The second I left, everything crumbled. I'm the only one who can bring stability to the TVA because that's what I've been doing, thanklessly, for eons. All that matters is order versus chaos. I'm order.
That wasn't Loki.
Nope. Well, if she's order, there's chaos.
Yeah. I love Sylvie's theme. Sylvie said it herself before, he was never destined for this. It was unfortunate that he got thrown into it.
Please. I haven't done anything.
Oh, you will.
Yet.
Yet.
You'll do terrible things.
That isn't me. That you don't know me. You don't know the heart. The heart I have beating in my chest. I can make my own choices. I'm not the man you think I am.
Oh.
Yeah. And the sword's slowly getting closer too. It's the whole theme of free will.
Mm.
Get him out of here.
And the variants being different
Mhm.
and that choice.
Yep.
Walk through.
Fair. That was a fair reaction of walking through a portal.
Yeah.
I would have thought it's solid too.
Leave her to me.
Oh.
I suppose I've been a box you've been wanting to take for a long time.
This won't be quick.
If you're gonna kill me, just do it.
I've killed you 1,000 times. In my mind, each time more brutal than the last. It's power for you, isn't it? That's what you want. A seat at the end of time. Well, be careful what you wish for.
Oh! Sent it to the Citadel.
Why does he look like a zombie?
It's just the lighting. But that'd be disconcerting with the body just sitting there.
Yeah.
Very decomposed.
Love you.
Darn. I had him under control until you sabotaged me and made fools of us.
Well, it was foolish of him to make an enemy out of someone who knows all his secrets. I know a really big one about you. I can tell you, but...
But what?
It's gonna make you real angry.
Big secret.
About her.
About her. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting end. Interesting. And the fact that the end was just it felt like such a lead into something else, and it was just the nutware ending it with a gentle discussion with Miss Minutes and Renslayer. That had a lot of fun little. It was a lot more quirky than I thought the episode was going to be.
Yeah.
With the music, the playful music, the Scooby Doo chase scenes, and that I loved the setting.
The setting was really good, and like the props and costuming, it's amazing in it.
The secret's kind of getting me, and it's kind of taken away from the rest of like the episode, because now it just seems very much they were moving from point A to point B, and nothing that kind of happened in that middle seems important now. Oh, I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot that's important,
because
it was all.
Definitely, there's going to be little bits and tidbits of information, especially of what Miss Minutes has said, and then that turn of Miss Minutes being very quick.
I was just about to say, I think we've got the main villain for the series now.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
Miss Minutes is, and Ravonna,
which is what we actually thought last season, that Miss Minutes was definitely
going to be something more than what she was going to be. Yeah,
so she's definitely more than last season.
Yeah, but. I really liked the way the episode progressed, and bringing in Victor Timely as the almost unwilling creator of the TVA. They're on a branched timeline, which we saw in the previous episode, where when they got the ping on Renslayer's temp pad, it was on one of the little branched ones.
That's right, because she landed on the sacred timeline to begin with, to give the book which branched the timeline.
When time's involved, I never know.
It's so
it raises the question of whether Timely is going to, whether this series of events leads him to become He Who Remains within the sacred timeline, or whether he is another variant as they have said. Is he actually another variant that was just designed for this purpose to forward the technology? Because it seemed like if she wasn't going to get away, Miss Minutes was about to off him.
Oh, definitely.
So to me, it seems like it was just a stepping stone of a variant to try and either bring back He Who Remains somehow, or the interesting way to go.
But Victor did point out a lot of things that were brought through season 1 of the concept of a variant and someone being their own individual person, regardless of the person that you think they are. He is different,
and it kind of grounded Sylvie, because Sylvie realized she is a variant of Loki as well.
Yeah,
and you don't know my heart, you don't know, and you can't. It's that age old question of, would you stop atrocities back in time if you go back in time, knowing that the future could change and something worse could happen? It's that I haven't made these mistakes yet. I am my own person. My future is not written based on the actions of someone that you do know.
Given those choices and the choice of free will, I can choose differently.
Yeah, because it raises into a lot of timey-wimey things of how did OB write the handbook, and if Victor's been given the handbook and all that sort of stuff, how it all comes in to create the TVA. Because he's got all the information. He created Miss Minutes before the TVA and all these different things. So my thoughts are he is just a variant that was being used for a greater purpose.
Greater good.
But it is fun to think that this is the chain of events that set He Who Remains coming into power.
Yeah. It is interesting thinking about it, if that is the way we're going to go, or if we are going to get another way. But all I keep on thinking is time's not linear, it's a circle. So the weaves that the loom unwinding.
All I'm thinking is that time is whatever the writer wants time to be, because no one really really knows.
That's very fair too.
So the secret, though. The secret, I'm thinking, because we heard the tape previously and from the comics, is that He Who Remains made Ravonna his wife, and they initially did rule together.
They got power,
but then maybe she originally wanted too much power, hence the mind wiping.
Or he just went, no, I want to be alone.
Or used her to get to where his seat at the table,
the
head of the table,
to then start the War of the Kangs as well.
Yeah, the multiversal war. What was her role in that?
Yeah. Miss Minster's role. Yeah.
Yeah, so the secret wife of Kang, or partner in some way, which leads to Kang eventually ditching Ravonna and wiping her mind and putting her in the TV. Or is she
Or is it talk?
Is she a variant?
Yes, that's what I was just about to lean to.
Of Kang?
All variant. I didn't think that. Oh no, because I was just thinking most of the TVA agents are variants.
Yes.
Taken from their timeline. So in theory, she is a variant. And then, leading on, who is she a variant of? I was just thinking, is she a variant of his wife? Or of, someone that he knew that he then brought in. But if with the theory of Sylvie being the variant of Loki,
it's a big statement to say it's going to make you mad.
Yeah, and that would make me mad if I then found out I was a variant of He Who Remains. And I've just been treated the way I've been treated.
Been suppressed in the TVA.
Suppressed in the TVA. And the TVA was, as she did point out, went to shit because she left.
Oh, the guy who was in charge... I mean, that was a big call. The guy who was in charge of it got offed. And of course everything was... The one that was controlling it at the end of time... I was just thinking when she said that, I'm like...
I'm sorry, that was just such an easy bite. I knew it was going to get you.
I was thinking, you did have a big role.
Yeah.
It fell apart because they killed the one guy that was holding it together.
It fell apart because they killed the one guy that was holding it together. I loved that statement. I loved that cockiness.
Yeah, when she said it, I was like... The gall.
I love
the audacity of that statement.
The gumption. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
But Sylvie coming into it just as a... sorry, before we go into that. But yeah, I think it has to be something big like that.
Yes.
I'm going to lean more towards a relationship of some sort.
Yeah.
And that he would have used her and treated her based on the tape recording. So that's my thought on That's Gonna Make Her Mad was they were ruling together.
They
but then,
were, yeah, something.
Because it would also
something
play into the I don't do partnerships theme. And
Yes.
that would be something that runs through all the Kangs because they conquer.
They conquer.
They don't
yes.
rule together, they conquer. And I like the way they tied it into Quantum Mania. The whole council of the Kangs that we saw, their purpose is that council is a reluctant council.
Oh,
let's face it.
yeah.
They want to conquer their own timeline, and then they would try and conquer every other one too.
Yeah.
So it's all used for a greater purpose, and each one's trying to amass control. But Sylvie's use in this episode was really good to get really draw on to the emotional core of, as we discussed before, the you don't know me, the free will aspect. But seeing how she had that thirst for vengeance where Renslayer was on her list and she was going to kill every Kang, the fact that she didn't also establishes her as having a lot more complexity. That we already had a very complex character in that she was on the run and trying to be pruned in season 1, and there was the parallel between the finale and this episode of Loki when they're in the Citadel.
Yeah.
And just those little things of her growing out of that thirst for vengeance with the aid of Loki saying, if we don't stop this, what you want is going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
So it is kind of dealing with the necessity of this variant needs to come back to the TVA so we can use his aura to stop what you want, what you stop from happening, what you don't want to lose.
Yeah.
And I think that's where she's a really interesting character in that she doesn't want to have the thirst for vengeance. She doesn't want. She didn't want to be brought into it.
She just wants to be.
She just wants to exist of her own person, have her own life.
Yeah.
And I think that's an interesting concept of itself in that we hear about the variants being pruned all the time. The fact that we actually have, this Loki's a variant anyway, because he was taken out of time. But the fact that we have the concept of free will being explored, we have a variant who was not meant to exist because they were trying to prune her, having the free will to make these choices. Not only that, Loki's free will is being completely underappreciated as well, because it's not a concept that is overtly being explored. It's all these actions and all these decisions are of his own volition.
Yes.
He's helping the TVA because he wants to. He wants to protect.
He wants to protect. Yeah, he wants to protect what is on that sacred timeline in regards, but still
allow the other times
to exist, so therefore he can exist.
Yeah, in a safe way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So preventing the upcoming multiversal war with Kang, but also using the TVA to protect the lives of people.
Yes.
Which, I think that's his free will is very much more implied than what we're seeing with Renslayer and Sylvie. And Timely was a really interesting character, really quirky, really... The con man element was particularly interesting, where it did, draw into question his credibility as an inventor. Despite seeing this elaborate performance, which,
and having the concept of yes, I'm a con man, but also it's I'm a man out of time because the technology isn't catching up to my ideas.
Yeah.
Which is a current theme with a lot of inventors that we've seen through history, is they've always been that slightly ahead of the curve, and
technology hasn't caught up yet.
It catches up once they reach a point, and then to sit there and to think that I'm going to power the whole world and light the whole world is such an odd concept when you think about it back in the 1800s. To go, well, no, we're surviving by candles. And then to sit there and think of it now today, how much we are illuminated in this world. It's a very interesting theory that they did explore.
Well, the whole Chicago World's Fair, the design was excellent.
Yeah.
But it gave a lot of similarity to the World's Fair that we see in Captain America.
Yeah.
With Howard Stark doing the flying, the hover car.
Yeah.
Where, it's something that people would only fantasize about. The temporal loom that he had in the background, no one would have ever seen something like that before. With all it was almost like giving life to Frankenstein with the electricity everywhere, the madman stance.
Yep.
Oh, power! There are a lot of parallels to that of being like a scientific futurist type. showcase.
Yeah, it's kind of, I think, a shame that
World of Wonders.
we don't kind of have that World's Fair kind of now, because I'd always find it so interesting to what we believe will come from technology in the future, because we've always, like, from the Jetsons...
we don't have them in Australia too much.
No, but like from the Jetsons to every time we've thought about the future, we have thought hover cars. We still haven't got the freaking hover car yet, but
then they're always abandoned. They're always abandoned, and then they're used as a villain's hideout.
True. That means the apocalypse.
Mask of the Phantasm.
I'm sorry. Are you leaning to the as soon as we get hover cars, we get Batman? Is that your correlation?
We should have Batman already. We got Blimps. But yeah, I liked the design of World's Fair as the futurist setting, especially compared to Captain America. But every time I saw Victor enter with the hairstyle, I couldn't not think Moss from IT Crowd. I was just thinking, hello, I'm Victor. Fire! He's got a gun. He's got a ready gun.
Yeah, the hair
got me. Yeah. But yeah, Miss Minutes is definitely going to be a big player. Also, very silly of Ravonna to just immediately trust Miss Minutes again.
She literally just threw you off a boat.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, love is tiff.
Yeah.
But I need her. Like,
yeah, and that
I wouldn't trust the AI who wants a body to almost become human.
Yeah, who clearly was happy when Victor said, when Victor pulled his hand away, when the partnership was said.
That was so interesting in all those scenes, watching Miss Minutes' face, because it was definitely giving, like, that was a nice moment between Ravonna and Victor to sit there and to go, oh, that was sweet. And you just see Miss Minutes in the background going, don't like this.
Should be me.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Yeah, but she's definitely... And as Renslayer, you wouldn't trust her because she's given out a lot of lines and a lot of, like the theme of the episode as well, breadcrumbs, where I know all of his moves, I know everything that he does. She also knows that about everyone else because she's been with him at the end of time. He created Miss Minutes before the TVA, before all the multiversal war.
Yep.
She knows everything.
Yep.
And I actually really do hope we see her in a body.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
That would be a very interesting thing, because what would she be like with a body? Like, would it lead to another Ultron type deal? There's a lot that could go on. What are the implications in the present, like throughout the timeline, if this technology was to exist
in a body as such?
But fun little episode. The ending was very, very interesting to end on that note.
End on that abruptly,
Loved the dynamic between Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston. Really fun episode that was really needed to kind of build what the TVA is. And, you know, we finally got Kang in the series after being a omnipresent figure who hasn't actually been shown yet, aside from statues and faces.
And like Mobius said, it was like, he just looks like a man.
Yeah.
But I thought you were describing some monster. And to sit there
and Loki's face when he's saying that,
it was really done quite well.
There was a lot of nice little dialogue in here in the entire episode that brought a sense of dread, a sense of fun, questioning certain motives of characters. Yeah, it was. I liked it. So tell us your thoughts on episode 3 in the comments. I'm Trent.
I'm Julia.
And as always, keep it nerdy.